Let me 1 second, guys. Okay. So in last session we were working on the proration, right? We have seen like one sort how you are going to prorate based on the hire date of the employee, and we were working on prorating based on the percentage that you are going to import from the UDF file. That is where we stopped in the last session, guys. So let me go here. So if you go to your administration tools, so where you are going to set up that, whether your proration depending on your hire date, or you want to import the proration percentage manually using your UDF file, where you are going to do this configuration is, if you go to your compensation module, click on actions for all plans. Go to 2015 March compensation plan template. And here you can see here your proration based on dates, but we want to do it on a percentage, and the percentage you can see you are going to do it in a percentage. Let me do this percentage, guys. Let me save this configuration. So where from you are going to upload this percentage is, you have to go back to the compensation home page, click on actions for all plans, guys. So once you click on actions for all plans, you can see employee data import, employee data export. First, export the data from your compensation module to your desktop, guys. Let me export user file. So this is the UDF file. 1 second, guys. We forgot one thing. If you remember, guys, no one is suggesting. So I'm just exporting the UDF file. That is not sufficient for our case, right? We have to import the UDF file along with your compensation details, and the compensation details that are specific to the compensation plan template that we were working on, right? So you have to select the compensation data along with your basic UDF file. Click on these options, guys, and select the compensation plan template that we were working on, 2015 March compensation plan template, export user file. So we have to export the compensation data as well, guys. That is my intention. 237 is the file, guys. Let me okay, let me place it here, 237. So if you look at your UDF file, I mean to say the UDF file along with your compensation data. Let me, okay. Here you can see, this is 237, yeah, 237. Here you can see there should be a column for your salary proration. Yeah, you can see here salary prorating. So this is the column which carries your proration details. You see here salary proration, this is the column, guys. You see right now by default, or like previously it has been updated, or not, I'm not sure, guys. We can see everything is coming up as 100 here, but we don't want to do that. We want to carry out, or we want to prorate it manually on our own desired percentage, guys. Say, but usually in a project you will get it from outside. Your client or your organization HR team is going to provide that. But in order to carry out in our case, let's say, let me take a few examples. Let's say Marla Gibbs. 1 second, guys. This is Marla Gibbs record. You can see here. I'm going to prorate her. This is the column, and I'm going to prorate her at a percentage of 50%. So I'm going to keep it at 50% here. Okay. And let me take one more person. Not Sherry Nielsen, guys. Let me take another one. Yesterday we did Ketan Patel. You can see here. For Ketan Patel, let me say I'm going to do it at a 40%. Okay. So 40 and 50 are the things that I'm going to do for Marla Gibson, Ketan Patel, guys. So with these things, you should clearly see the difference between the proration, and the if it is not prorated, the other employees are not prorated, but whereas these two employees, right, whatever we selected here, they are going to be prorated. So we, yes.
Yeah, we're not seeing the your listing, please. Your presentation, we're not seeing it. We're really seeing your listing, SuccessFactor online training masteries. It's just blank.
Oh, really? I'm sharing my screen, guys. I hope.
Raghu, even the same case with me, this one.
Really?
Raghu, this is
we are
lost.
not seeing anything.
See your success factor online.
Reload the
mastery.
Yeah,
Yeah,
now,
it's okay.
now I can see. Yep.
Okay.
Now it's okay.
I don't know, like I just freeze it again and again I went it to air. No worry. Sorry guys, sorry about that. But I don't know, like since starting, is it the same thing or just now it went off?
Just now.
Okay, just now, right? Yeah, that's fine. If you miss it from first, right? Maybe probably I can repeat. Okay, cool guys, no worries. So I just did what I did is like you have the salary proration, right? So I just updated the percentage for Marla Gibbs and Ketan Patel, guys. You can see this is Marla Gibbs record. Row number 49 is Marla Gibbs record, and row number 39 is the Ketan Patel record. So I just updated one employee at the 40%, another employee at 50%. Let me save this file, and I am going to import this into the compensation module, guys. Click on save. Let me go ahead and import the data, employee data import, browse for the file, and 237 is the one, guys. So select your compensation data as well. While you're importing, you are telling to the system that yes, I am importing the UDF file along with the compensation data, and this is the template that I have to update with respect to the data I'm going to import here. And you can see here, you can go ahead and update it as per your requirement, guys. Whether you are interested, do that. Otherwise, leave it as it is. I'll talk about those things, guys. And click on import user file. It will take one or 2 minutes, guys. Just let me verify the batch job. Yeah, the employee import is successful, guys. You can see here the employee import went well. So let me go ahead and 1 second. Okay, completed. So let me go ahead and launch the compensation plan template to one of the compensation planners. And this is the compensation plan template that we are working on. Go to manage worksheets and let me delete the existing ones, guys. There are a lot of those things. Let me keep one, guys. So I don't want to delete the V11 version. So rest of all those things I'm deleting, guys. Okay, close this. Go ahead and launch a new compensation plan compensation worksheet to the Alan Thompson. Again, let's say 2015 March compensation, and it is going to be like V12.0, whatever it may be, guys. I have to show you the compensation groups preparation, guys. I'll show you that. Click on launch form and verify the status. Not yet started, guys. You can see it just started and completed, guys. So now we can go to Alan Thompson's account and let's verify the proration details, guys. Go to the compensation module and open the compensation worksheet. This is the, we told Arjuna is the latest version that we launched to Alan Thompson, guys. And here you can see the 4050 has been uploaded, which is good. Gives Ketan Patel. 1 second, guys. Where is Ketan Patel record? Marla Gibbs is 5 out of 5. I don't see a decrease in the salary, guys, the merit. Let me open the old worksheet, guys, so that we can clearly differentiate that. You should see a decline in this merit at least by 40-50% appropriately, guys. Here you should work in that fashion. Yeah, what happened to this? Okay.
Hi, Raghu.
Hey.
Raghu, we set up a eligibility rule, right? So is that causing this issue?
No, I deleted that yesterday, right?
Oh.
Yeah, it should come up, guys. I don't know, like 1 second. Because it didn't vary it is coming as 24.1. It is not supposed to be 24.1. This is the old one. Still, the new one is also showing the same thing. One second, guys. Let me import the data again and let me relaunch the form once again. Just a second, guys. Let me go to admin tools quickly. And if you go here, right, go to your compensation. Sorry, guys. Let me quickly look into it. Actions for all plans. Proration. One second, guys. Let me check. Is there any other column? Salary prorating. Salary prorating, start date, salary proration, end date, start date, end date. We updated the correct field only, guys.
But I don't see for every column, right? It's only randomly for one column, one row or couple of rows. It's there.
Yeah, because we updated the percentage only to the employees that we are interested, right? We don't want to apply the percentage to everyone. Here
but with B, can
yeah, 40 and 50, and these rows, right, 39 and 49, you can see here, they belongs to Marla Gibbs. One is Marla Gibbs and another is the Ketan Patel, you can see here.
Okay.
Yeah. Let me 1 second, guys. Percentage base. Everything looks good, guys. Let me import the data once, guys. Otherwise, let me look into it and I'll explain you. But just let me try this once. Let me apply it for one more employee. Sharon Nilsson, Ketan Patel, Marla Gibbs. Who else is there, guys, in the compensation worksheet? Who are the other employees, guys, in the compensation reporting structure that we have seen? Larry Hillers is there. 1 second. Larry Hillers. Let me update for Larry Hillers also, guys. Okay, I'm just going to keep it at 25%. Let me import this data into the system. Sorry. Compensation plan template. This is all okay. Let me verify the status once. Okay, it's finished. Let me go ahead and launch the compensation worksheet. Not yet started. You can see launch of compensation worksheet just completed, guys. Quickly check it once. I'm in Alan Thompson's account, and if I go to the compensation module, this is the latest one. No, guys, it didn't prorated. You can see still I can see whatever the 100% that is coming up with your this thing, right? The same is coming up here. Okay, so leave it, guys. Let me look into it. I'll probably I'll look into it and I'll update you guys what went wrong in this case. I'll update you guys. Sorry about that. Okay.
Raghu, just one point. In the proration rule, you mentioned date as the option, not the percentage. Do we have to select the percentage since we are defining the percentage in the UDF file?
I have selected the percentage, right? I haven't selected the date. One second, let me go and check that. If we go to the admin tools, no, I remember I selected percentage, guys. 2015 March. This is the place, right? You see, enable salary proration, and I selected the percentage.
Okay, I got confused.
Yeah, no worries. Like, yeah, that's the same reason I just double checked that, and it was percentage, guys. Somehow it is not working, guys. Let me look into it, guys. Sorry about that. But quickly move on to the other thing about your budget calculations. How you are going to calculate your budgets in your compensation module. Basically, again, your budgets are nothing but you are going to write your budget rules, guys. Whether you want to calculate how you want to calculate your budget rules, whether it is based on the employee's previous year salary, a certain percentage of your employees previous year salary, or a lump sum amount, or like a fixed amount for each compensation planner, or how you want to do your compensation budget calculations for each of those things, like your salary has calculations, your bonus has calculations, all those things you can keep in your compensation model, guys. So where you will be doing that is like if you go to your compensation plan template, and under that particular compensation plan template, if you go to the plan details, you see there is an option called as a budget. So this is the place where you are going to calculate your budgets, guys. And right now you can see there are certain budget calculations which are already available in our system. And if we let me open one thing and then I'll write a new rules, guys. Let me open the how you are going to read these budget calculations is pretty simple, guys. You can see here you are trying to calculate the budget. You are using this formula or rule to calculate budget for your salary. This one, guys, just see here. Yes, you are trying to calculate this for the budget for your salary, but what is your criteria? You see here, right now, it's salary the sheet, and under the salary sheet you have different components, right? So one of the component is your merit. right? So for merit budget allocation, which is under your salary component, I am taking the criteria as percentage of the current salary of employees, and the percentage is 6%, guys. And this template is nothing but it is with respect to the employees who are inside that particular template. Let me repeat it, guys. 1 second. If you go here and take an existing thing, you can see here you are calculating the budget for the salary sheet. Under the salary sheet, you have a component called as merit. And how you are calculating the budget for this particular component merit under your salary sheet is, it is a percentage of your salaries, and 6% is what you are calculating. The employee's current salary 6%, guys. You can see here, and you can also calculate based on other rules as other parameters as well. Whether you can see percentage of current salary or percentage of merit target, percentage of lump sum target, or delta of current salary, direct amount. Direct amount is nothing but you are going to provide some amount, fixed amount here in the budget value, guys. So like that, you can go ahead and calculate your own calculations for the budget, guys. Depending on these parameters, you can calculate your budget calculations. Let me keep percentage of current salary, and I'm just taking, like, let's say I want to take 10% of the budget calculations.
Now, one quick question here.
Yeah.
Is this drop down that mode and use for these two drop downs are customizable, or they are all just picked from standards?
No. These are standard. Used for is the components of your salary sheet.
Yes, correct.
Yeah. And these are, you can see here, these are pretty much standard.
Oh.
So how you can calculate that is like pretty much standard. But you can see here, you have all those things like a direct amount means you can go ahead and give some direct amount here itself.
And where are these picked from?
No, these are the standard provided. Like you can understand these. You basically, like, you cannot understand that basically because this platform is entirely built on Java. I don't know like where they built up.
Okay, fine. Yeah. So we cannot basically we cannot add anything else here, right? Most of it is whatever here is more than enough. That's what you're saying.
Yes. These things, yes, you can add your all custom columns, whatever the custom columns that you are going to add, right? Everything is going to come up along with the standard. But these drop down values, right? They're pretty much standard.
And the use for drop down that you're showing, they're all the salary and the different components. If you go down below that, use for, so they are all those groups that come in the worksheet, right? Under the use for tab, the second one, where you have selected salary.
Yes, these are the ones that you see under the, when you open the compensation worksheet, right? You see a couple of tabs, right? Salary, bonus, yes, and your stock options, those things.
So if I add a new tab there, like lump sum 2 or something, will that also be picked here?
No, your lump sum 2, no, if you say that you are going to add a new tab at all, complete new tab, brand new tab as per your custom requirements, yes, that you will be able to see here.
Okay, fine, thanks.
Yeah. Let me select the salary here, guys, for the use for the salary component, percentage of salary, and it is going to be used for the merit, and it is like the budget is 10% of the employee's current salary. And let me click on update. This is the rule here, and you can see similar way you have stock rule, salary rule, bonus, options rule, all those things. Salary, there is one more thing as lump sum component. You can see here under for the same salary component, you see now, right now they selected a new component called as lump sum. So in the same fashion, you have something called as like lump sum is one thing, merit is one thing, and you can see adjustments. If you want to use adjustments, yes, you can go and select adjustments as one of the component. You can write a new rule as well, guys. Someone give up.
So Raghu, can we apply the proration over here?
No. Here the proration is not applied, guys.
No, but if I want to calculate the budget based upon the percentage, let's say, right, or the guidelines, whatever it is. So if the employee is not in the company for the whole year, or he's only eligible for part of that one, so we want if you want the budget to be only part of that one, so we don't want him to get a 6% or 10%. We want.
No. Right? See, your budget is like with respect to the compensation planner. So how you are going to allocate what budget you are trying to provide to the compensation planner so that he can accommodate all his team members within that budget.
Yes, but you said like, you know, when you give the percentage, right? So you're saying for salary, 10% of salary should be allocated to budget. So I'm assuming if the compensation planner has 10 employees under him, so
yeah,
if each employee has 10,000 of salary, so 10 into 10 means that's going to be $1,000. So each person gets 1,000, and end of the day it is $10,000 to the compensation planner, right?
Yeah.
But out of 10 people, 2 people have just joined. They might be in the company for only 4 months. Right? For 4 months, the manager, we don't want to, if we don't want to give the compensation planner 1,000 instead of 1,000 because they are only 4 months. So technically they should get maybe around $2,000 of budget. So that's where the proration. So is there any proration embedded?
No, here your proration concept doesn't come into picture, and here we don't have any handle to that kind of proration here. If that is the case, right, then you have to go with either direct amount or you have to keep a custom column and you have to use that custom column here, guys. Proration is not applied here.
So when you say the custom column, what do you mean by custom column over here again? So there is only modes, right? So I can say either.
You can calculate your delta of your current salary. So whatever the delta, right, your percentage, that you can give, or otherwise, let's say percentage of. No, guys, we don't have any proration available here. Only thing like you have to go with the direct amount.
Yeah, but again, to calculate the direct amount, we have to do it outside, and then
yes, you have to.
Each employee, right? So when you do over here, is it for each employee or you're doing for each compensation manager?
It's for the compensation manager. You are calculating this budget to the compensation planner, and you will allocate that budget to the compensation planner so that he use that budget to all his team members.
Yeah, I understand that, but from the calculation point of view.
No, from the No.
So I think.
Yeah.
What I understand is
your voice is echoing.
Yeah.
Raghu, all the voice is echoing, not clear.
Yeah, one second, guys. Someone opened up their mic. Yeah, go ahead, guys. We'll see like where from it is coming. See,
I was trying to tell.
Yep.
Even in standard, it's this budget is allocated to budget units, right? And we don't do proration there. If it has to be prorated for employee basis, it goes based on the eligibility rules and the guidelines that we are going to apply for the compensation area or the employee group basically. But when it comes to budget, these are actually allocated to budget units or org units, which is in turn that goes to the comp planner who is the head of the unit. This is what I understand from standard. So if that works like this from SuccessFactors point of view, then I think proration will not be done here.
Yeah, proration, yes, you don't have any concept or proration with respect to your budget calculations. That is the first thing. But how you are going to accommodate that is, it's up to us whether you are going to calculate it outside and bring that into the system using the direct amount, or you have, let's say you don't bother about your proration. Let's say give 10% for each employee to your compensation planners, and up to the compensation planners to provide their merits as per his interest or based on their performance reviews. Hello?
Yeah, but I think from my past experiences, this does happen. These clients do require these kind of calculations, because they don't give a more amount to a compensation planner because right, they wanted that to be calculated. So if there are thousands of employees, doing manually doesn't make any sense. So, but okay, that's fine. If it's not can be done, maybe we should.
Yeah, you have to like.
Yeah. Okay, thanks.
Raghu, in the drop down, I could see delta of current salary. So what is that? That is the data of the base salary?
Yeah.
Okay.
And delta of current salary, it came in recent release, guys. Earlier it was not there actually. Let me look into it. It doesn't make sense. What is the delta or percentage of current salary? Yeah, you can see percentage is already there and delta.
Yeah, delta is what? It's a data of current salary.
Let me look into it, guys. I'm not pretty sure about the delta. What is the delta? Yeah, because percentage and delta doesn't.
One more last one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah.
So can you go back to the screen?
Yeah, 1 second. Yeah.
So can you click on the mode? So the percentage of bonus target that's coming that can be linked to the UDF file, right?
Yes.
Okay. So maybe if we can prorate it over there in the Excel sheet, then it.
Yeah, you can always do that. You can see percentage of custom field also.
Yeah, then that should do it actually. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, but you have to load the data offline, right? It's not readily available in your compensation.
Yeah, just a percentage can be loaded and amounts will be automatically calculated if you do it based upon that one, I guess.
Yeah. Okay. So like that, you can always create, you can see add budget calculations, and you can do your own calculation, guys, and you can apply that particular calculation into the spreadsheet, into this compensation worksheet, and you have to launch that particular compensation worksheet to the compensation planners, guys. You can see here right now I changed the budget calculations to 10% of the current employees' salaries, guys. So how you are going to, where you will be able to see this budget calculations is, I'm not going to launch any form, guys. Let me show you where you will be able to see that. If you go to this one, right, one of those things, you see here, this is the place where you will be able to see the budget. You can see right now there are two calculations we kept under the salary sheet. We kept two components. One is your merit and lump sum, and for merit you can see current is the 6.0, and there was miscalculation, guys. It is going to total 16%, and you can see for lump sum budget allocation is 10%, which comes to 64 something else there. And how you are going to utilize this budget is, say you have all these team members, right? Say I'm the compensation planner and all these people are reporting to me, or like say Alan Thompson. In that case, you can see Alan Thompson can go ahead and update his, let's say he want to give more merit to Sherry Nielsen, or let's say he want to give more rating to Ketan Patel. Say let's say he wants to give 20%. It is not allowing, guys. We already exceeded, like we provided a lot of things. Let's say I want to provide lump sum payment, like more percentage of lump sum payment and to people. And if you notice, guys, my budget is going to be consumed here. You can see here, whenever I'm going to grant money here to the team members, my budget is it is taken from my budget. You can see here, right now it is 1.6, right? Whenever I give 10%, you can see it went to negative, which means that I overutilized the provided budget. And when I'm trying to save it, right, you can see here, allocation total exceeds budget. Do you want to save? So this is kind of warning message that you are going to see whenever you are going to overutilize your budget allocations that has been granted to you, guys. And that is how you are going to, where from this money is coming is, it is coming from your budget calculation. Say if there is a hard limit stating that once you cross the budget allocations, don't allow the compensation planner to save the compensation plan worksheet. Yes, in that case, it's a hard stop. Once the moment you cross the limit, right, it is going to stop you, or it will not allow you to save the compensation worksheet, guys. That is how you can control your budget allocations, making the compensation planners do not exceed the budget allocation that has been granted to them. So I changed the budget allocations, right? You can see here, right now I made it the 10%, right? Earlier it was 6% for the budget of your merit component. So let me load that, which means that I'm going to launch a new compensation worksheet, Alan Thompson again, guys, and we'll see the budget, whether the budget changes or not. Sorry guys. Let me go ahead and launch the new worksheet. I'm just launching it, guys. Just give me a second, guys. Let me get my laptop charger. Hello. Hello. Hey,
Yeah, hi Raghu.
hey, sorry guys, I don't know like why it was happening daily. Like you can see here for a few minutes, like I lost my connectivity, guys. Okay.
Is it because of charging, Raghu?
No, I don't think it's because of charging. Yeah. Okay, guys. So I launched the compensation worksheet Alan Thompson, right? After the budget calculation, the budget rule is like for the salary sheet and for the merit component, I calculated the 10% of the employee's current salary. That is my calculation that I kept for the budget calculations of my salary component. Oops. What happened to this? Hello? Hello?
Hello, Raghu.
Hey.
Yeah, we can.
What's
Okay.
going on, man?
I don't know, guys. It seems to have some problem with my network connectivity. Yeah. Sorry about that, guys. Really. Does everyone is there, guys? Hello?
Hello, Mike.
Yeah, I'm here. I can.
Okay.
Good.
Okay. Good. Sorry, guys. Okay. So coming back to the thing, right? We just updated the budget calculation. Let me quickly verify that by going to the Alan Thompson's account, guys. If I go to Alan Thompson's account and if I go to the compensation module, right? And you can see this is the one that we just launched. And you can see the budget has been right now it calculated based on the 10%. Earlier it was only 6%, right? You can see right now it is 10%. And you see it was already overutilized. So 10 is the percentage that has been granted, but with the current merit and the guidelines that whatever we wrote, right, it was by default overutilized. So if we reduce these things, right, you can see the budget will be available to you. It is because we are going below the allocated budget guidelines, right? Yeah, you can see here your budget is being changed like this. So in the same fashion, you can keep your guidelines for your lump sum or your adjustments, any sort of like if you have your custom column, yes, you can go ahead and do the budget calculation for those things as well, guys. And that the place I showed you, right, under the budget, that is the place where you are going to write your budget calculations or budget rules, guys.
So, Raghu, one more thing. So I know normally they won't allow to change the org structures and everything. But if there is an employee transfers and everything, right? So if the manager has already allocated more amount and the employee has transferred to a different position, right? So he thought the compensation planner thought, yes, I'm done with it, and he closed it and he forwarded it to his next level manager or whoever it is. So if the employee has moved to a different org unit, his budget also reflects, right?
Yes. If you move your employee to different org unit and to a different compensation planner, right, his budget is also going to be moved along with him.
So if let's say that if you are restricting the budget not to go beyond or something like that, right? And if he's already in a negative, so how does that from the business process point of view, from the SuccessFactors point of view?
No. Can you repeat that question? Like say what the budget, the total budget is in negative.
Yeah. So let's say there are 10 people, right? So out of 10 people, the manager thought, let's say the 10th guy, he doesn't deserve more, and he distributed his amount, most of his amount to the 9 of the guys.
Okay.
And once he moved to the next level manager or
To a new manager.
He's done, the 10th guy has been moved to a totally different manager. Right? So now the compensation planner already distributed more amount to the 9 people. Right? So what will happen to...
One second. Let me address this thing. See, once you move the compensation template to the next level, right? You means that you are freezing that content. At that level, you cannot move the employees across the compensation worksheets, guys. If you are open and if you are working on the compensation worksheet, which is not yet moved to another step, yes, you can move your employees from one compensation to another compensation worksheet. Basically, you are doing the reorganization of your employees.
Yep.
And the budget will be automatically carry forwarded. Let's say you have 9 employees under one compensation planner. Let's say under Alan Thompson, you have 9 employees and you added a new guy. And whatever his current salary, 10% of the current salary is going to be allocated to Alan Thompson's account. Say right now, it is like say 10K has his budget. And there is a new guy coming in. Because of his salary, 10% of his salary, let's say 1,000. 1,000 is going to be allocated to Alan Thompson but still Alan Thompson's sheet is not freezed, right? That is the reason you can see new budget coming up in his sheet.
Okay.
And you can do this reorganization of your employees only when the sheets are in open state, guys. I mean to say you are still working on them actively, but you haven't moved that or you haven't completed the compensation worksheet.
So from the success factors point of view, business best practice point of view, what does success factors suggest? To change the org structure during the comp period, during the time period, or is it says that no, don't change it? From the best practice point of view.
See, you have the period like where already the sheets are freezer, right? During that particular point of time, even if you do the organization restructure, it doesn't impact your compensation allocations or your budget calculations or your guidelines, nothing, guys. You cannot move your employees, even though you do a reorg in your organization. That's good. You are doing it across your organization, but not with respect to the compensation of the employees.
So you're saying that UDF file?
Yeah, right? Yeah, exactly.
But again, the problem here is the UDF file, if it's not an integration system. So let's say if you have an integrated system within SAP and to SuccessFactors, and that is an automated job every day if it runs dynamically. I think there is an add-ons which SAP provided.
Yes.
It is dynamic, right? So there it's very hard to control. And like if you're just doing it with the UDF file, then I can understand.
No. Even if it is, say your core HR might have reorganizations, even if it pushes to your SuccessFactors system, right? Your compensation doesn't change. That is what I mean to say. It doesn't create any discrepancy. Your compensation sheets which are freezer, right? That's it. It's freezer. That's it. Even though you have n number of organization rechanges, say that there are 10 employees under Alan Thompson, the 10 will be with Alan Thompson only.
Even if there is a manager change?
Yes, because your sheets are freezer, right?
Okay. Okay, but it's not the same concept for the performance management, right?
No, where we have seen that in a different fashion.
No, like for performance management, I think we discussed that like if a form is launched to an employee, right? And as a part of the route map, my next level manager has changed. So I've already submitted to my next level manager, right? So the old manager has the form, and in that same time period, the manager has changed. So according to the settings we have seen in the templates and the other places that whenever there is an org change, the form
if you closely see the difference between the question that you asked and the one that we did in the performance, right? We are not changing the content inside the template or inside the form, right? You are just who is going to act on that particular form is what you have changed. See, you have a performance sheet, right? I got your exactly like that is what the difference between these two things, guys. One second. So you have a form and form got some data, and say right now today it was sitting with manager 1 and manager 1 is supposed to take some action, but he is doing something and he as the due date is not yet met, right? He is not taken an action, but meanwhile there was some organization restructure, and because of that manager 2 is now the manager of the employee whose data is being inside this particular form. And you can see your performance, it's all like one form for one employee, right? But whereas in your compensation, say when you take about compensation form or worksheet, you are working on that particular thing in this particular step, the compensation planner, I mean to say, comp planner. And the comp planner says that I am done with my work. So whatever the data inside these things, take the whatever the content that you see inside the compensation worksheet as the data, guys. Say the data is good, freeze it and send to next level. Say the compensation planner today, the compensation planner manager is like say Srini. Say tomorrow the compensation planner manager might be like say Raghu. Yes, still you can move this particular sheet, whatever the compensation worksheet that you are talking, right? Yes, you can move it to review to further approve it. But the content inside this, right? The data inside this thing, right? You cannot move that. That is what I mean to. Hello?
Hello, Raghu. So
Hold on a minute, Victor. Hey, Srini, or
Yeah,
someone.
I think Raghu, yes.
Yeah, Srini, you are the one, right?
Yes, yes.
Yeah,
I think
okay.
one of the biggest challenges I'm seeing and we are seeing a lot is the SuccessFactors standalone works perfectly fine, right?
Yep.
And there are very limited things because once the SAP comes into the picture, that's a whole different ballgame. And a lot of people doesn't know, means from the implementation partners of view, that's what we are seeing it a lot.
Yep.
That when there is an integration part, that's what whole things fall apart. That's the reason I'm just trying to make sure that what SuccessFactors does when there is a changes or anything. So
see, in order to avoid the discrepancies, right? Yes, you can hold your organization changes for few days. Otherwise, what you can do is like when you have the employee center, right, where you have the close integration, or even if you are pushing it from a different system, right, from a core HR system, still you can use the future dated entities, guys. Say you want to do your organization changes, let's say December is when you are doing it, right? Say hold it till December 31st. Make the promotions or whatever the changes effective from 1st of Jan. And your compensation cycle is going to end by December 31st. Because whether if you take a close integration with your employee central or your SAP HR or any core HR system, you have something called as like a future dated entities. So all the changes, whatever you are doing it, right, you can make them, you are doing it straight away, but you are telling to the system that make this change effective on so and so date.
yeah, thanks, Raghu. And I think from the HR organization point of view, it's very hard to tell to the whole organization that
Yeah, exactly. But that is the reason, like you can see here, you have the future dated entities, the capability is provided. Yes, at some point of time you have a conflict. Okay. Let me go to the compensation. Let me show you something. The budget is done, right? Your guidelines eligibility is done. So if you go to 1 second, guys, sorry. If you go to the compensation plan template that we are working on, and if you go to the manage worksheet, guys, so far we have seen the create worksheet, manage worksheets, but under these things you can see here, you have the update all worksheet and update a specific worksheet, and you can see there are add employee, move employee, delete employees. So what are these things is going to help us? How they are going to help us is like you can see, update all worksheet is nothing but you did some changes. Let's take the scenario of like you did some changes to your compensation. Like say you already launched the compensation worksheet to compensation planners. This is the first step that you did already, and say after that you are doing some changes. Let's say you are doing some employee, say let's say the employee is resigned to organization, or make it as inactive, or make him as inactive, or like say he's got promoted to next level. But when you are going to load that, you have the change in the UDF file, right? Because of this employee resigned or promoted to the next level, you have some changes in your UDF file. That data changes in your UDF file, whether you want to upload that. So the moment you upload it, it doesn't impact the existing compensation worksheet that the compensation planners are working on, right? So how you are going to address these things? Yes, you did some data changes with respect to your employees, and you want to reflect those changes. The moment you upload that into the system, you want to reflect those changes onto the compensation worksheets that the compensation planners are working on. For that, you have this option, guys. You can see here under the manage worksheets, update all worksheets. And what kind of changes that you want to enforce is, you can see all of them here in this particular sheet, guys. You can see this particular page is telling you. So you want to enforce these changes on the 2015 March compensation plan template. And you can see if there are new employees added to your UDF file, whether you want to add those employees. Yes, in your UDF file you added a new employee, his name might be Raghu, and he got assigned to a manager called as Srini.
So Srini might be working on his current compensation plan template or compensation worksheet that has been assigned to him. So as I am reporting to him, because of my organization rules, I might be added to the Srini's compensation worksheet. So how you are going to do that? Whether you are going to relaunch the compensation worksheet that Srini is already working on? No guys, you don't do that. So you load the UDF file with the new changes, and once you load that, right, come to this particular place, manage templates or manage worksheets, and go to update all worksheets and select, yes, it is a new hire action that you did earlier in the UDF file. Select your compensation template and select this particular option, yes, add a new employee to the compensation worksheet. And you can see change in employees, manager and second manager. Yes, if there is an organization change, right, that is what we did, like there is a promotion or there is a reorganization. Yes, you want to upload that particular changes to the compensation worksheet that the employees are working on. Yes, you want to do that. And inactive employees, you can see here, say because of some reason there are some inactive employees who might have resigned to the organization. Yes, you want to yes, you want to move the inactive employees who made inactive in the UDF file from the compensation planners. Remove them from the compensation planner worksheet. You can see here, remove inactive employees from compensation worksheets. Do that. And because of some changes in your organization, say because of the job level change or anything that makes you as ineligible to a particular compensation component, yes, make them as inactive. You can see you can take all these actions. And because of these employee changes, your budget is going to be changed, right? You are moving one employee from one worksheet to another worksheet. So your budget should be automatically moved to the new employees, to the new manager compensation worksheet. Yes, you have to select this particular option, guys. And you can see here, apply the above selected updates to the completed compensation worksheet as well. You can see here, this is the place. You can see here, by default updates only applies to the in progress worksheets. Srini, does it answer your question, Srini?
Sorry, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is what I was asking, moving the managers from.
Yep. You can see here, apply the above selected changes. Yes, you are moving an employee from one manager to another manager, whatever it may be, whether you want to apply it to all the compensation worksheets, even though they are completed. Do that. And you want to send a notification because of these changes. Yes, you can send a notification, email notifications to the people who got affected because of these changes. And click on update, guys. That's it. Click on update. Your changes are going to be effective in the existing compensation worksheet. You don't need to relaunch the compensation worksheet. Let me do this quickly, guys. I'm going to take the compensation worksheet, a compensation planner, Alan Thompson, and to Alan Thompson, I'm going to assign one more employee as a new direct reported to him, and I'll show you like how it behaves. Employee data export.
Raghu, can we do like can we select 2-3 plans there and then launch it? I mean, add employees to our UDF file and do
2-3 UDF files or 2-3 compensation plan templates?
No. In one UDF file, I add 2-3 different people.
Yep.
According to different comp planners.
Yes.
And different. I like you selected the March plan. Is there an option where we can select?
You can do that.
More?
Yep. You can see here. Right now, I selected a couple of these things. Let me show you. Yeah, let me show you. It's pretty much possible. I got your question. Like you have multiple employees added into your UDF file, and those things might your organization you might be having more than one template, and they might fall into different templates. And you want to select all those templates to make sure to be on safe side. Yes, it is pretty much possible, guys.
Okay.
Let's say this is the one. Let me export it, and I'll add one employee, guys, quickly.
So what? So you hold the control key and select 2-3 people, or is it you can just?
No, it's a control key. You have to select multiple compensation worksheets.
Got it.
Yeah. Quickly, guys, 1 second. Marla Gibbs is the one, right? I'm just going to take this record as a reference, and I will create a new record, guys, insert copied employees. Let's say Raghu is the guy, and I'm reporting to Alan Thompson, guys. This is good, right? Rest of those information I'm least bothered about all those things, guys. You can see this is a new user, and then this is new user is reporting to Alan Thompson. Let me save this particular sheet, and this sheet is 222, guys. ACGCX3 222. And now I have to import this particular data into the compensation module, and let me import it once. Employee data import, and you can see the same kind of action you can also take it here itself, guys. The same options whatever we discuss over there, right, under the manage worksheets. Yes, you can take the same kind of action here, but you don't want to take this action while you are importing the employees into the system, but at a later point of time you have a requirement to refresh the data on the compensation worksheets of the existing compensation planners. Yes, you can go to the manage worksheets, and that is where you can do that. Both are the same thing. It is going to take same kind of action or same kind of result. You will see that, guys. This is the one that we are working, guys, and click on import user file. Let me verify the job status. Not yet started, guys. Yeah, you can see employee import is started. It's completed, guys. So you can see here, just I imported the data into my system. I haven't relaunched the compensation worksheet, guys. Let me verify the existing compensation worksheets, guys, whether they got impacted because of my data import or not. Ideally, they should not get impacted because of your data import into the system, guys, because they are completely isolated from your data that you are going to import into the system. Let me go to the compensation module of Alan Thompson, and this is the latest compensation worksheet that Alan Thompson is working on. And you can see you don't see Raghu here. If you create a new worksheet, yes, automatically Raghu is going to be shown under the compensation worksheet of Alan Thompson, because when you are trying to relaunch or create a new worksheet, it grabs the data available in the system. But I don't want to relaunch or recreate a new compensation worksheet and launch it to Alan Thompson here. I want to just refresh the data into Alan Thompson's existing compensation worksheets. So for that, let me go to the administration tools. I hope you are able to follow me, guys. If you go to the administration tools, and if you go to the compensation module, actions for all plans, go to the compensation plan 2015 March, click on that one, and go to the manage worksheets, and you can see update all worksheets, and select all these things, guys, whatever you feel relevant, and set an email notification as well. Click on update, guys, and you can see here it just started processing, guys. Let me go back and check the status. It just started, guys, updating compensation forms for template. That whatever the template that we selected, right, that is the template that is being updated here. It's completed. Now let me go to Alan Thompson's account. Compensation. And you can see, let me verify the same thing as v14.0. And if you remember, if you see guys, here you can see here, Raghu is being added here. And yes, there is no data available for him, that's fine. But you can see here, Raghu is being added here. And if there is data, yes, it will pull all the data and whatever it may be, whatever the data that you're going to keep in the UDF file for this particular employee record, you will be able to see all those things, guys. And in the same fashion, what I am going to recommend to you is, as an exercise, you can do a simple thing, guys. Write an eligibility rule and make the employees with job level as AA to be ineligible for your compensation. All the components of your compensation module. And what you have to do is like, go ahead and create a new employee in UDF file or change existing employees, and especially remember the employees reporting to Alan Thompson. Change existing employees job level to AA. And while you are importing UDF file with this job change or new employee with job level AA, there itself select the compensation plan template, which is the compensation plan template that we are currently working on, 2015 March compensation plan template, and select the checkbox associated with make ineligible employees as per the data. There is some checkbox, guys. What are the checkbox is there, right? Let me show you. Select that, guys, and probably like you can just do this thing as a simple exercise, guys, so that you will get familiarized with how to load the data or how to work on your compensation. I don't know like how many of you are actively working on the system or not, but as an exercise, please do this thing, guys. I'll send these notes in an email, but I'm just telling you like what is the scenario that you need to address or you have to do as an exercise. This is what I am telling, guys. Select this thing and select the template that you are interested. And if you have multiple templates, yes, you can go ahead and select multiple templates. You can verify that particular scenario as well. And this is the one that I am saying, change in eligibility. So when you are going to do this thing, right, automatically on your data import itself, the employee should be ineligible. You don't need to launch a new compensation worksheet to the compensation planners, guys. So without relaunching the compensation worksheet, you should make sure you make some let me complete, guys. You make sure that some employees are ineligible to the compensation. Please test that, guys. Yeah, go ahead, guys. Sorry.
Sorry, Raghu. When you put yourself in on the compensation sheet, the budget become a negative. So why is not get the indication that you excess use of budget?
1 second.
When you update when you import import UDF file.
Okay. No. If you remember last time, I didn't save that. Last time also still it is a negative. I changed the.
Last time also green. Both are on the green side.
No. What I did is like I went to this particular compensation worksheet. Let me tell you what I did. I went here to the merit and I changed these things. Do you remember? I changed all of these things and it went to green. I remember that. And after that, you see, I didn't save this.
Okay. But is it, if it is, at the moment is you put the select. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, I didn't save it, guys. I remember that. I know like you're asking like why previously you changed it and everything is in green, why automatically it is became into red because of one employee being added to the sheet, right? That is what your question. Because
yeah, that is the question. Plus, even though if it is you add it up, so is it to give the indication as well that you are allocating over budget?
no, it can see by default when you add this particular employee, right? If at all your guidelines says that yes, allocate him lot of money because he is doing exceptional, or your guidelines are exceptional stating that he might be a specific role employee. For specific role employee, you might be providing like a 20,000 or 30,000. That can happen, but here that is not the case. You can see here the budget going to be consumed by this guy is 0. He didn't consume anything.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. Okay.
Raghu, I have a question.
Yeah. Please go ahead, guys.
Yeah. Raghu, like you can allocate budget on the basis of organizational unit or the department head or some other criteria. So where we will go and select these criteria? Like I want to allocate budget on the basis of organization unit or divisions.
No, that is not possible, guys. You cannot. But again, in your division, you have some compensation planners, right? It should be propagated to the compensation planners only.
Okay, is it not possible like I want to segregate in like marketing department has so and so budget, finance department has so and so budget?
No, you don't have that concept of like segregating based on the department here, Tasnim.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, you have. But if you want to do it right, yes, you can do that offline, and you have to categorize up to the level of compensation planners, and to the compensation planners, that is where you can load the data into the system.
Okay.
Yeah.
One more thing, Raghu, like we are changing the percentage of the whatever we are going to assign. So the things are changing here. Sometimes it comes to where if we assign a more budget. So is there any eligibility rule like how we will know that we consume the 100% budget? Like we have 1,000 employees working under me and I have allocation of budget.
Okay.
And sometimes it's going the above limit and sometimes below limit. So how do I come to know that like I allocate the 100% budget, I utilize my 100% budget?
You know the statistics, you whatever the current usage, right? You can see it here itself. See, so right now you can see Alan Thompson with the compensation planners. Whenever he was carrying out the compensation review for his team members, right? He knows like what he is consuming, how much is available here. Right now you can see 7.1% is available, which is like 55k plus.
Okay, actually my question is that like I have a budget of $50,000.
Okay.
And there are 4 levels of employees working under me, 1, 2, 3, and 4. So,
so that is where you remember, that is where your executive review is going to come into picture. So your executive review is the same question that you are asking. You want to see all the compensation worksheet that your direct reportees are working on. They have their own team members, but as a, let's say, as a CEO or CFO, you want to see what are their budget calculations, how they are performing with their budget. That is what your question, right?
Yes.
Yes, you need executive review permissions. So I'll talk about that in the next session, Tasnim.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, yeah. Yep. Okay, guys, I'm just going to stop it here. I know like I gave some trouble in between, like because of my network issues. Sorry about that. But tomorrow I'll not be able to take session, guys. I have some other commitment for tomorrow. If everyone is fine for Sunday evening class, the regular time, I'll take a session on Sunday evening, guys.
I have a question, you know.
Yeah.
Sunday, do we have, like in SAP, we have, you know, development?
Yes, yes.
Okay, can I talk? Okay. Yes, yes. It's a very generic question, Raghu. Like in SAP, we have a sandbox development system. You know, once we do the configuration, we move from one client to a different client.
Yeah.
So do we have the same thing in SuccessFactors? Like whatever configuration we do, I mean,
Yeah,
is there
you have to,
any
you can
other
move,
client where we
yeah, you can move your changes across the different clients or different sandboxes using the instant synchronization tool, guys. I don't know like whether I send the documentation to you or not, but let me keep a note of that. I'll
no,
send
we
that
have not.
documentation to you. Yeah.
And Raghu, how data, suppose like an organization, they have purchased this license success factor. So how data is confidential? Like if does the data is being taken care of by success SAP or by the organization?
No,
Like what
data,
data?
see, data security is going to be provided by SAP SuccessFactors, guys. We don't have any control over data security, but it is tightly secured with all the latest security protocols or whatever it may be. It is tightly secured, guys. It is not exposed outside or it is not shared with anyone else.
But if the organization, higher management want to view those data, so can they do that? I mean, does SAP allow?
What data you want to see? How you want to see?
Anything related to the organization. I mean,
See,
the
yes, you will be able to see all the data of your organization, but how you want to see is like there should be some interface, right? Whether you want to see in the reports or you want to see in some of the forms. Yes, you can see all the data, but what is the interface? That is what it matters. Whether you are eligible to access that interface or not is what it matters. Like say you are an administrator, system administrator, and yes, you can see all of your employees' data, all the data of your organization, whether their compensation details or whatever it may be, you will be able to see that. Because it's our own data, right? It's our organization data, and yes, we have full rights to see all the data.
Okay.
Yeah.
So here the goal-based permission comes.
What it is?
Raghu, I was talking about the goal-based permission,
Yeah.
To view data. So
see, role-based permissions. We didn't discuss about that. I just showed you. I just told you what is your role-based permission. I activated that and I deactivated it again. We haven't worked much on your role-based permission, right? And when we start employee centralized, that is when I'll show you elaborately what are your roles, how you can capture different security aspects in your roles, and how you can assign your roles to groups, and how you can assign your employees to groups. Those kind of things I'll talk about when we are maybe probably like a first or second session of your employee central module, guys. Hello?
Raghu, before you have a final question.
Yeah.
So I know from the data point of view, mainly let's say for the performance rating, since this performance rating is coming from the templates from the forms.
Yeah.
Let's during we launch the form performance rating, the compensation manager can view the form, and at the same time, let's say due to some reason, due to the calibration or due to some other reason, the performance rating has been changed.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So at that time, if I go and change it in the template. With a new rating, does it automatically reflect here, or do you have to relaunch the form? It can be. Yeah.
No. 1 second. See, your performance sheet is already closed, right? So.
No, due to some, it's closed, but due to some reason, it has been changed.
Okay. If it is changed and you updated the compensation, you updated the performance sheet, and you close that sheet, right? Yes, it is going to be automatically picked up. I mean, no, it automatically picked up into your compensation, but not onto the existing compensation worksheets. You have to recreate a new compensation worksheet, Srini.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay.
Hey, Raghu, I have a question pertaining to budget allocation.
Yeah.
See, in the case, like, if some org unit, for some org unit, you have some, unallocated budget. Can you transfer it to some other budget unit or org unit?
1 second, guys.
I mean, do we have?
Yeah, 1 second. See, here, basically, like the problem coming up here is because you don't have the concept of org units here.
I mean, and here we can say department.
No, even departments and divisions, whatever we are seeing here, right? It is not as per the employee, it's not as per the core HR. It is just for the sake of employee reference sake. That is the reason why we kept division, department, and the job level, job role or job code, whatever it may be. So it is not going to be automatic, guys. Whenever you don't have the R structure, right, it is not going to be automatic. Everything, but yes, whatever you are talking, right, you have the flexibility, but you have to work outside of the system or on your core HR system and determine that, and you have to load that into the system manually. It is not automatic.
Right, so you have to, right. So manually you can do and upload it in the system.
Yes.
That is the option.
Yeah. Or you can push it from a CSV file or like whatever it may be, in an automatic fashion.
Okay. So other than this compensation planning, do we have this compensation administration as well in SF? Like, like for stock administration kind of thing. If we want to, you know, provide some vesting rules, I mean, do we have that option there in SF?
Can you repeat that question or elaborate it question? Your question, sorry.
Say, I mean, we have, you know, different compensation plans, right? Like
yeah.
merits, you have bonus, you have, you know, LTI, yep. grants, company, yep. you know, give grants to their employees.
Yeah.
So for that LTI, for the stock, if you have certain vesting rules,
mm-hmm.
do we have an option to define it there in SuccessFactors anyway?
Yeah, we have
like,
seen that, right?
If you have some grant given yeah. by the company, that you can vest after 3 years or 5 years time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how will you define it in the system?
No, that capability, I got your question. That capability of storing you are vesting it to a future dated, right? It is not possible in your success. I mean, in the standard talent management system, guys. You don't have such kind of capability in your talent management system. But yes, your question is pretty much doable in your employee central. The moment you activate your employee central, right, you see a concept called as future dated entities. Yes, you are granting it today, but you want to use it at a later point of time. Yes, you can do that by using the future dated entities, guys. I don't know like who asked this question.
Yeah, this is Rupesh.
Hey Rupesh, yeah. That's possible in your employee central system, not in the talent management system, Rupesh.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have any date here. Everything, whatever you are granting it, yes, you are granting it straight away here.
Yeah, and now you're like whatever you are showing us. I mean, I assume it is a kind of standalone system. Later on, when we integrate Employee Central with
yep.
you know other modules like compensation, how will the data flow to Employee Central to compensation? Are you going to show all those?
See, your data is going to be sit in the Employee Central system. All the data of your system, whatever the modules that you are activating it, right? You have a job to sync the data from your Employee Central system to the different modules of your SuccessFactors. And the job is, right, it's called as quad job, guys. And you are going to set the quad job to run at regular intervals of time. That will take care of synchronizing your employee data to the rest of those modules. And we are not going to, it is a standard job. Again, we don't need to do anything. It handles all your custom fields, standard fields, everything.
Right. So you don't have to update, the system as we are doing
nothing.
Through
Nothing. You don't need to work on your CSV files or nothing. Everything is going to be taken care by your core HR Employee Central system, which is running on the same server. All the modules will be running on the same server, guys.
Right. Thank you, Raghu.
Yep. Okay.
And Raghu, one thing, like how do we move the, like you have instancing tool, how do we move, from one client to a different client in SuccessFactors? Do we have any transport system?
No, it's not transport. It is called as instant synchronization tool. But we don't have any concept of like a transport mechanism here. But in a similar fashion, it will work like instant synchronization tool is the one that will address that particular functionality, guys.
Okay.
Yeah. Unfortunately, I don't have a connection to another system because it's only like a standalone system. It is not connected to any other org, guys. I will not be able to show you, but I have the screenshots how to work with the instant synchronization tool, how to capture your changes or metadata, everything. I'll send it to you guys. I thought that I might have already sent it to you, but let me send it to you guys. Probably tonight I'll do that.
And Raghu, how many clients are there? Like in SAP terms, we use clients. So in SuccessFactor, how many such kinds of, like we have in SAP, we have sandbox, the development, your quality, the production.
No, it's all depends on the customers, guys. So how big is your implementation and what is their strategy? Usually, like most of the people will go with like one sandbox and one production. But there are people like majority, like that is the majority of the cases. And let's say if your organization is a medium-sized organization, and if you want to really differentiate your development system and your product or sandbox, the quality and production, yes, you can go with 3 different environments, guys. And there are like people who got with their what do you call training sandboxes and lot of those things, like 5-6 different sandboxes, guys. You can always have a number of sandboxes. It doesn't make any difference.
Yes, Raghu. Thanks, Raghu.
Okay.
Raghu, I have a question regarding the budget that others were asking. So basically, just because we are not doing budget allocation at org unit level, we can do it offline and then load it, you're saying, right? So
yeah.
In that case, do we, so in that case, we should probably look for all comp planners below one particular comp planner, try to allocate it to them and not unit level, right?
Yes. You have to split up, like say on your core HR system, you have org structure, right? Your org structure says that, yes, this department, under this department, you have 5 compensation planners. Yes, for each compensation planner, this is the budget you are propagating. Get that values and load into the system.
Okay. So this executive permission that you are talking about, is that the way through which now a comp planner at the top level can see the budget
consumption? Yes, yes, yeah.
Oh, it's not only to review, but it's also to see the other budgets, right? There's no other way that they can look at the budgets in the below comp planner.
No. Yeah, always you can depend on your reports, but in compensation module, there is no other way. Smith, I guess, is it Smitha, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, Raghu.
Yep. Okay. Usually, like most of the people will depend on the reports to know like what is their budget consumptions as per the compensation planners. They can always rely on that. They can always refresh their reports and see what is the actual consumption or actual data that they are doing with respect to their employees.
Okay. So this is standard, right?
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
And Raghu, regarding this LTI also, so in that case, if there is no vesting rule that you can write, if there is no exercising period that we can define here, because always exercising period will be to the future dated.
Yeah.
When we implement Employee Central, do we write this LTI rules in Employee Central, or will that be tagged to compensation?
That is tied to compensation, but the platform is going to be provided by the business rules, guys, and that business rules comes along with your Employee Central system. Just a second, guys. Just a second. Hey, sorry, guys. Yeah. So that functionality is going to be provided by the platform. It is nothing related to the Employee Central system, but you need to have some kind of platform to provide that capability, right? That is what is going to be provided by the Employee Central system, Smita.
Okay. So now basically then the stock tab doesn't do much. We just write guidelines that what is the stock that at one time an employee can get, but nothing to do with the vesting stuff and all.
No, nothing. It is just how much you are granting at this moment for this particular compensation period is what you are doing here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Okay, guys. Okay, guys, I'll drop an email regarding the Sunday session, guys. See, based on your response, right? I'll confirm you guys. Probably like I'll just maybe in another 1 hour or 2 hours, I'll drop an email to you guys.
Raghu Mosan here. Can you please send me yesterday's recording?
Yesterday was not saved, guys, because I have network issue.
Before yesterday, because I missed the beginning of the session for, I think it was March 11.
Yep. Let me look into it, Motion. Yep. Like probably I might be having that. I'll forward that to you, Motion. Yep.
All right, thank you so much. And you mentioned that you were going to send us a link for those videos for Employee Central prep for the certification.
Yes, I'll do that, guys. Just give me like 1 or 2 days. I'll forward that to you guys.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
No worries. Yep. Okay, Moshni. Thanks, guys. Hope have a nice weekend. And meanwhile, I'll communicate to you with all of you through email, guys. Bye.
Okay, bye. Good night.
Bye, guys.